What is up everyone and welcome back to the channel, get ready. Today we dive headfirst into the Black Sea, one of the creepiest places on Earth. It's even called the Dead Sea for a reason, hiding insane secrets in its lifeless depths. For centuries, sailors told stories, ghost ships, strange phenomena. We sent a team with the most advanced deep-sea gear launching ROVs and sonar. People mention ancient shipwrecks, lost cities. That's just the tip of the iceberg. What we have goes beyond legends, science can barely explain some of it. Perfectly preserved items buried in a toxic seabed for thousands of years. Some drone footage is so shocking, so wild it rewrites what we thought about history. Ready to have your mind blown? Stick around, we're about to pull back the curtain. You are not prepared. Let's get into it. Alright, first up sounds like it's straight out of a pirate movie, but I promise you, this is 100% real. The Black Sea has this crazy unique feature. Below a certain depth, there's almost no oxygen. It's called an anoxic layer. Anything that sinks down there is preserved almost perfectly. Wood doesn't rot, metal doesn't rust. It's like a time capsule. Our deep-sea ROVs went down and didn't find a few boats. They found an entire ghost fleet. Ships from the Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, Ottoman Empire, all sitting on the sea floor as if they sank yesterday. We found a 2400-year-old Greek merchant ship. The oldest intact shipwreck ever discovered. The mast is still standing, the rudders are still in place. You can even see coils of rope on the deck. Imagine it caught in a storm, sinking into darkness. Then our cameras find it pristine. It's like looking through a window into the ancient world. The level of detail is mind-blowing. Our sonar picked up cargo in the holds. We saw stacks of amphorae, big clay jars used to transport wine and oil. It's like the crew vanished mid-voyage. Hundreds, maybe thousands of these ships could be down there. Every one is a perfectly preserved piece of history. Okay, if you thought the ghost ships were creepy, this next one is on a whole other level. Because where there are shipwrecks, there's often human tragedy. And in the oxygen-free zone of the Black Sea, it's not just the wood that gets preserved. Our team was prepared for this possibility, but seeing it for the first time was genuinely shocking. We found human remains, skeletons perfectly preserved, lying on the seabed or trapped within the sunken vessels. It's incredibly somber and unbelievably fascinating at the same time. One of the most haunting discoveries was inside a medieval trading vessel. The sonar detected shapes that didn't look like cargo. When the ROV got closer, the team was speechless. It was the skeleton of a sailor, slumped over a wooden chest, almost like he was trying to protect it in his final moments. Because of the anoxic water, even the faintest outlines of clothing were still visible in the sediment around the bones. It's a chilling, frozen moment of desperation from over 800 years ago. These discoveries are giving archaeologists a completely unprecedented look into the past. By analyzing the bones, they can learn about diet, their health, where they came from, what diseases they might have had. It's not just a skeleton, it's a biography written in bone. We're learning about the very people who sailed these seas, the real humans behind the legends. It turns these abstract historical events into something deeply personal and tragic. We didn't just find ships, we didn't just find skeletons, we found entire cities, actual settlements, buildings, streets, now completely underwater. Over thousands of years the Black Sea rose dramatically. As it rose, it swallowed coastal communities. It's like finding Atlantis, but for real. Okay, so we've been talking about this anoxic layer. It preserves everything. Let's break down what that actually means. It is, honestly, terrifying. The deep water of the Black Sea is filled with a massive concentration of hydrogen sulfide. This is a highly toxic, flammable gas. It's the same stuff that gives rotten eggs their horrible smell, but in these concentrations it's not just stinky, it's deadly. It suffocates almost all forms of life. This is the reason they call it the Dead Sea. Imagine a giant invisible cloud of poison filling more than 90% of the sea's volume. Below about 150 to 200 meters, the water is completely saturated with this stuff. If you were in a submarine and it sprung a leak at that depth, you wouldn't just drown, you would be poisoned almost instantly. This deadly layer is what makes the Black Sea a perfect time capsule, but it's also what makes it one of the most dangerous and inhospitable environments on Earth. The Black Sea wasn't just a battleground for ancient empires, it was a critical theater of war during World War II. Fierce naval and aerial battles took place over these waters between the Soviet Union and the Axis powers, and just like the ancient ships, when planes went down, they sank into the deep, anoxic water, where they remain today as haunting relics of a more recent conflict. Our sonar didn't just pick up ancient wooden hulls, it also detected the unmistakable shapes of 20th century war machines. our team located several downed aircraft including German bombers, Soviet fighter planes. Seeing a Messerschmitt or a Sturmovik lying on the seabed covered in silt but otherwise shockingly intact is a surreal experience. You can't explore a sea full of ancient shipwrecks without talking about the one thing everyone dreams of finding: treasure. For centuries, legends have been told about ships carrying imperial gold, royal jewels, priceless artifacts that were lost to the Black Sea storms. While a lot of it is just myth, some of it is based on historical fact. We're talking about Roman galleys filled with coins, Ottoman ships carrying tribute to the Sultan, and even rumors of Nazi gold dumped in the final days of World War II. The potential for an insane discovery is very, very real. Our mission wasn't just about history, we were also on the hunt. Using advanced metal detectors attached to our ROVs, we scanned the shipwrecks for any signs of precious metals. The excitement on the research vessel every time the detector went off was insane. You could hear a pin drop as the team maneuvered the ROV to get a closer look, hoping to see the glint of gold or silver in the darkness. It felt like we were living out a real-life adventure movie, searching for a billion-dollar jackpot. And we found stuff. While we didn't find a giant chest overflowing with gold coins like in the movies, we did make some incredible discoveries. This is where things start to get really weird. During the expedition, our sonar was running 24/7, mapping the seabed in incredible detail. And it started picking up things that we just couldn't explain. We're not talking about shipwrecks or natural rock formations, we're talking about anomalies, strange geometric shapes, massive structures that don't match any known geological or man-made objects. The science team was completely baffled. One of the most bizarre anomalies was a massive, perfectly circular object, almost a kilometer wide. It was completely flat on top, like a giant disc sitting on the seafloor. We talked a little about this before I want to dive deeper. Amphorae. Ancient shipping containers, big two-handled clay jars, used to transport wine, olive oil, grain, salted fish, all sorts of goods. Shipwrecks loaded, thousands, scattered across the seabed like pottery graveyards. Each is a message in a bottle from the past. Here's the insane part. Sealed with pine resin and clay stoppers sank into cold, oxygen-free water. Contents preserved. We brought sealed amphorae to the surface. In the lab, scientists drilled and extracted liquid. Chemical analysis confirmed. Over 2,000 years old wine. Not drinkable, but analyzable. Grape types and methods revealed. Essentially a Roman wine recipe. So, we've seen sunken ships, sunken cities, but get this. We also found sunken forests. Remember how the Black Sea's water level rose thousands of years ago? As the water crept up, it swallowed coastal settlements and submerged entire shoreline forests. The anoxic water preserved them, prehistoric trees still rooted hundreds of feet below the waves. Sonar first showed strange vertical spikes on the seabed. The team sent down the ROV. The footage was surreal. ROV lights revealed ghostly trunks rising from the silt, not petrified by stone, preserved by toxic, anoxic water. You could still see bark texture. These forests date to the Neolithic, around 7,500 years ago. Scientists take core samples and use dendrochronology to read climate history. Years of drought, years of heavy rain, and evidence of ancient fires. A perfect environmental record before written history. It's incredibly eerie. A silent dead world, no leaves, no animals, no sound. With a sea that is 90% toxic and lifeless, you wouldn't expect to find many creatures. But almost lifeless isn't the same as completely lifeless. In the boundary zone, the chemocline, where oxygenated water meets hydrogen sulfide, a bizarre and unique ecosystem exists. And we may have found something down there that has never been seen by human eyes before. During one deep ROV dive, far below where we expected to see anything, the camera captured something moving. It wasn't a known organism, pale and gelatinous, propelling itself with a slow, pulsing motion. The footage is brief and grainy, but tantalizing. A macroorganism surviving here would rewrite textbooks. It suggests life could exist in places we thought uninhabitable, not just on Earth, but potentially on other planets with toxic atmospheres. That was absolutely insane. From a 2,400-year-old ship that looks like it sank yesterday, to entire sunken cities, to a mysterious creature that might be a completely new form of life, the Black Sea is crazier than I ever could have imagined. We went in expecting to find some cool history, and we came out with discoveries that could literally change the way we see the world. The fact that all of this was preserved in a giant toxic bubble at the bottom of the sea is just mind-blowing. I have to know what you guys think. What was the single most shocking or disturbing discovery for you? Was it the perfectly preserved skeletons of ancient sailors, the creepy, drowned forests, or the idea that there's a ticking time bomb of poison gas under the water? Let me know in the comments below which discovery freaked you out the most. If you want to see more insane deep-sea explorations and us uncovering more of the world's biggest mysteries, make sure you destroy that like button and subscribe right now. We have so many more crazy expeditions planned that you will not want to miss. A huge thank you to the entire research team, and to all of you for watching. It's because of your support that we get to do these incredible things. We'll see you in the next video.